I'm really pleased to be here with Claudia Spolar. Claudia, you were a participant in the work that Gabby Barta does. Welcome and thanks for taking the time to talk a little bit about your experience. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about how you found out about Gabby and decided that doing work with her would be a good idea for you.
Okay, so I met Gabby in it was a coaching academy, a business coaching academy or something like that. It was an academy for coaches to develop their own business.
Right.
And so we started with exchanging because I also do something similar that she does. It's basically very similar, but I do it in a different way. So we started doing exchange, and I loved it. And then I always have as as I'm a therapist too, and I always have people guiding me every month, let's say. Yes. I used to have someone before, and then I also tried what Gabby did, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I also want this for me. So I want Gabby to help me more, and then I asked her to give me more sessions, and I ended up being her client. And yes, I love it.
Did you
I will never
do
stop.
right on? Did you do one-on-ones with Gabby, or were you in groups, or both?
Yes, I did one-on-ones in the beginning because we started exchanging each other our service, and then I also joined her master classes. I still join her master classes when she does it. So yeah.
So, oh, by the way, when I'm looking down, I'm writing notes for me to remember stuff to ask you. So it's not that I'm
Sure.
ignoring you.
No
When
worries.
you think about kind of where you were and what you were up to before you decided to start working with Gabby, what were the things that it's like, you know what, in my life where it is right now, I need to do some work with Gabby. What was it from your standpoint that you were struggling with or felt that she could be of help with?
Um. Yes. I was struggling at some point because I had several people helping me, but at some points I felt, sometimes you feel like, okay, I've done a lot of work with this person. They helped me a lot, but then there was something that didn't allow me to see results and to have proper results, right? At some point, all of a sudden. And so I was like, there's something happening here. So I asked her to help me with that, of why I couldn't have these results. And so we've been working on this topic, for a few sessions. And that I just couldn't resolve something on my own or with other people. And so there was something within me that didn't want to.
Was
And
that
so I needed that
primarily
external.
financial or something else?
No. It was just a matter of energy. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
energy stuff. Just at some point I needed someone else to help me to unlock these blockages that I had created on my own. And so she was the right person. Yeah. And yeah.
When you're going through this, got some places that I'm stuck, and the people that I'm working with haven't really kind of helped me to figure out what did you see in Gabby that you were like, I know she can help me.
Um, that's a good question. It's my own intuition, I guess. So, and sometimes it's, I don't know how to explain this. This is hard.
Okay, take your time.
Uh,
There's no right
it's
answer.
just,
Doesn't have to be perfect.
yeah, it's just, obviously her attitude, I really like her attitude, and she has this very light, um, energy, and she's also, I don't know. She has a good way to handle things, obviously. Um, And I also, I don't know, I just intuitively connected with her, you know? There's not logical explanation for that. I guess she obviously has talent, and she has a unique way to guide you in the session. Um, she's really good at seeing patterns too. So I also felt I needed a woman to guide me, honestly, because at some point I was like, I think I need a woman to guide me, another point of view, more like feminine. Um, so yes, I think that was different components. I think different factors, you know.
Think about that connection that you felt for her. How, can you characterize it? Like, was it something just deep down, or just like, I know this is gonna, I know she's a fit? Like, can you characterize that at all?
Uh, you know, sometimes what happens, we humans, we also have maybe we have telepathic communication, okay? Voluntary, involuntary, especially involuntary. And sometimes I don't need to have a problem. I know, like, it's like she's calling me and I'm calling her. We kind of connect and boom, I'm doing a session. I don't even know why, but I know for some reason I had to do that session. And
I love that.
those are the sessions that actually that I'm blocked the most. So it's something that, you know, it's not logical, but but
I
yes,
think
I
it's
mean,
perfectly logical. What's not logical about that?
yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to explain it, but
You're doing
I just
fine. You're doing fine.
yeah, I just feel I'm connected with her, and I like her way to guide you in the sessions and to see patterns, and her no dramatic way to do it. Also, this is what I really like. Like, she's compassionate. You know, she empathizes with you. She also helps you to see these patterns in a nice way. So she's very delicate in her way of guiding you through the session. This is what I really like about her.
I love that. Yeah. I think of it as ease. Like, there's just an ease about it and an ease about the sessions, isn't there?
Hmm. Totally. Yeah.
And when you started working with her, what struck you? Like, what was like, this is it? What made you just go, I'm in the right place?
Well, I saw results also. I saw really good results. Maybe not immediately, but after months, I was like, wow, this is what I had worked with her. This is what she told me she could see coming for me. I couldn't see in that moment, but after a few months, I was like, wow, this is what we worked with Gabby, you know? So I could see results, really good results with her.
When you think about the results, like, one of the things that I'm finding in the work that I've done with her is I just feel like I'm not so resistant, and like way more almost flowing into, like, my work is, I haven't had as much fun working in a long time, frankly. And not that I was miserable or anything, but now there's this kind of flow and an eagerness, I guess. Is that a similar experience for you? How would you
Yeah,
characterize your experience?
totally, totally. When I started to properly work with her, that was in the year ago. I was stuck in this pattern of being disappointed, of being so attached to results, and then I was getting disappointed. That was my lifetime pattern, and I tried different things. I couldn't resolve it on my own. I know it's a law. Also, it's a process. You don't just delete it from one day to another. So we work on that for several sessions. But because I'm doing something very similar to her, uh, she what she was doing was deleting that energy also from the physical body and from the energetic body, which I felt that was what I was missing, because the pattern wasn't there much mentally anymore, but it was still stuck in the physical body. And this is something I've learned from her, and now I'm applying in my technique too. So that was what made the difference, definitely.
When you
That
think about
understanding.
kind of the patterns, how was it that Gabby was able to kind of get in touch with that? Was there anything in particular about her finding these patterns? You know, like,
I'm not sure I understood.
well, so one of the things you said is she helped you to kind of uncover these patterns, right? Talk about that process. Like, were you like, oh, how did I not see that? Or was it,
I was
yeah.
aware.
And,
I
and
was aware
so,
of the pattern, but
yeah.
I couldn't. The unconscious is always there. It goes automatically, right? So I was aware of this pattern. I was observing it. But at some point, I was like, okay, it's not there anymore. But then it was still happening in my life, and so I was like, why? And so she brought up this thing of deleting it from the physical body, and then that just blew my mind. That blew my mind, literally. Because I had another understanding, a deeper understanding of energy, you know?
One of the things that's fascinating to me is you say you had a pattern that was all about results that weren't showing up, and or no, did I misunderstand?
The parent was that I was attached to results, to have results, to have results in terms of, let's say, for example, I was really attached to making, to creating this business, to have clients and so on. But then it wasn't happening, and there was too much action, too much of the masculine side, right? So
Mhm.
that was a pattern, the big one.
So you knew that that was there,
Yeah.
obviously by clients not showing up. What do you and being focused on results, like trying too hard for results, is that a fair statement?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so what's fascinating to me is that she helps you to be more in touch and have a deeper understanding of these patterns, right? And then results start showing up. Takes a little while. I think that's one of the things that's really important about what I've got from Gabby is that, we all want a solution tomorrow, today if we can manage it, right? But I think she does such a lovely job of just saying, hey, give yourself a little time. This is a lot to process. That experience was similar for you, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Totally. I still, um, the thing is that, for example, I'm still not at the point where that I was looking for, right? But I feel, um, I'm trusting the process, and I feel like it has changed, and big things have changed in my life. Big things in terms of money. And not necessarily coming from my business yet, all of them, but but I have to say that I have changed a lot, and things outside finally changed, because I've been in this transformation journey for many years now, and I never saw like, wow, outside. I felt it inside, but outside I was like, there's something that is not clicking. And then finally, since I started working with her, things finally started to change outside too. I guess, it's also a matter of time, but I saw the shift.
I'm sorry, say that again. You did what?
I saw the shift in my reality, you
Got
know.
it. I feel like, for me, I feel like I moved from a place of kind of resistance and pushing and trying to a place of, I feel like the opposite of resistance is trusting and having faith.
Trust, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Tell me from your perspective what that looked like for you.
Yeah, man. that is something for me is definitely, I feel there's more trust in the process and more flow, more ease, Um, and I'm more aligned. Like now I really feel like I want to serve, you know. Before it was all about myself. Now it's more about the other, which is a nice thing, right? Um, and so that makes everything easier. Right?
And feels so much better, doesn't it?
Yes, of course. Of course.
When you think about, I think you told me that you've done work with Gabby individually and with Gabby in a group. Is that right?
Yes, I assisted some master classes.
Okay.
I didn't do the group program, but I was in her master classes. Yes.
So talk about just a little bit how you would characterize working with Gabby one-on-one, just the basic overall experience, and then in a group setting. Are there differences? How do you perceive individually?
Um, it's different, of course. I think if you want, well, I'm not sure. I mean, because I haven't done the group program, but I mean, when you work one on one, obviously you have amazing. It's just amazing because you can work on more stuff. But at the same time, I know by my experience also working in groups with energy in generally, what happens is that even if, for example, I know she does like 2 hotspots for her masterclass, but even if you're not, if you're just assisting, you're getting the benefits of it because when people get together there's always something in common, like the weaknesses, they have the same weaknesses, so you're there. Maybe she's not working directly with you, but you're receiving the correction she's making for the person that she's working on. Okay, so it's still beneficial to go to the master classes, and I guess in the group program it's probably nice too, so I still prefer doing one-to-one because to me, I normally do half an hour per month with her, but because I also work on myself with my own methods and stuff. So
Mhm.
I just need her to speed up the process a bit and to see things from another angle, which is amazing, having her support with that. But when it comes to group sessions, I guess it's a good way. I guess the group program is also a good way um, to to do like an intense, experience because I know they do. I don't know if it's one session per week, but mean it's collective. I think it's also nice because it pushes you also to the transformation, right? So it depends. I mean, maybe to start, it would be good to do the groups. I don't know. It's up on everyone. It's
Yeah.
different, you know.
It seems to me like in a group setting, one of the advantages is you're seeing things in yourselves as other people are explaining what they're going through. And I also, my sense is that I feel like we're kind of wired to think, oh, nobody could understand what I'm going through. And yet, when you are with a group of people, you're like, oh, yeah, 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 that's
Yeah,
me.
no, yes, exactly. Yeah. It's good to
How would you
start.
say
It's a good
again?
experience I think it's a good experience for someone that wants to start to do some work on themselves, because you start to become aware of things within you when you listen to others saying that, and it's like, okay, I'm like that. And also it helps you to maybe, lower barriers. You know what I mean? Because when you're in a
Lower
group setting,
barriers, yeah.
you see other people opening up, then you maybe you want to do the same,
Right.
and it's easier to do the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, it depends on the person probably, but I mean, when you see others opening up, maybe you can feel more in a safe place. You know?
Last February, I did. Are you familiar with Landmark?
No.
It's a group experience. I think the gig I did, it's a long weekend, and it was I think 3 or 4 days, Friday to Sunday, so 3 days, And what really shocked me was a group of about 200 people come into this room, and this woman gets up on stage and she says, you know, we're all struggling, and if you want to come up and share what you're struggling with. And what blew my mind was how many people came up and told stories that they hadn't told anybody. And so I wonder, and I'm assuming that the group sessions that are very similar in that, oh my gosh. And for me, it was like being in that environment and seeing people that you know hadn't talked about some of the things they're saying on a mic in front of 200 people was
Mm.
just mind blowing to me. And I feel like it's a similar scaled down version for group setting with Gabby, wouldn't you say?
I think so. I think so because doing this type of work, like any, not just Gabby's, but inner work, it's not easy when you're starting, And so to open up with someone, if you don't know, Gabby's makes it very easy because she's amazing.
Oh,
So she's really sweet, But still, for some people that can have a bit of resistance, I think doing like a master class, it's a really good way to see how she works and to see that you're not alone, that everyone is struggling and everyone has bad experiences. And so, that can help you to start, maybe.
that's exactly what I was looking for. I agree. Okay, so is there anything else that you want to talk about before we wrap up? I have two more questions for you at least, but anything that's come to mind that you think, we should cover this?
Um, Ask me anything.
Okay. So when you think about somebody who's considering working with Gabby,
Mm.
what do you think they need to know?
If they choose Gabby, they're very smart, first of all. So good point. What they should know, um, uh, they should just trust in the beginning because sometimes it can be like this type of work that we do can be very weird. People are not everybody is open to energy work and not everybody is used to it. um so I think you have to be very open. mm, Whatever she says that she follow, just accept it with love and compassion. Is you know it's part of all of us. And And the important thing, obviously, it's nice to have results in your physical reality, but the most important thing is knowing yourself. So how you feel inside. Yes. Then the rest comes as a consequence. This is in general, not just for the work that Gabi does, obviously, but you know, um, I think this is the most important thing in general. With Gabi, something specific, it's just, I don't know. I would just say trust everything she says because before and after you will see. you know,
That's one of the
just
things that occurs to me is that, I know for a lot of people in the States, we say, oh, that's kind of woo woo. Is that a phrase you guys use out there? Woo woo?
uh, y- uh here in Europe, maybe it's that, yeah, they call us witches. I would say.
Well, I'm not buying that for a second. But I think that one of the things that fascinates me is kind of unusual as energy work is. What just blew my mind is how many things she just. I was like, you can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, and it can also be way quicker than any other thing. To me, it is. This is what something in general, um, working with, and when you work with energy, everything is quicker because you work on the atomic level and you
Yeah.
don't work just on the matter or on the mental. You work on everything.
Right.
And so, um, that is even for the body, I mean, for everything. So that's the good point. For me, these type of methods that work on the atomic level are like AI for the mind. This is how I like to call it.
I like
You
that.
know, even better because obviously. But I mean, in terms of results, on how quick you can resolve things, because um, with these type of methods, what she does, for example, I mean, you can save years of therapy, normal traditional therapy. Honestly, if you want to speed up your transformation process, just this is the way. Energy is just, and she's amazing. She's amazing. Yeah.
When you think about Gabby overall, what do you think makes her special?
It's it's just she's has such a light energy. You can see she's like ethereal. Ethereal. Like, she has this no judgment, no no control. Obviously, we all have some, obviously, right? But when it comes to sessions, she's very, I don't know. She just you look at her and she's pure light, right? And so uh she's very intuitive. And intuition to me is the most precious tool we have. And her intuition is blah. Her intuition is superpower. Literally. So yeah.
I love that. The other thing that occurs to me is just like I never went. I think we did 8 sessions together, and I never ever felt judged. I never felt like I needed to protect myself. I always felt like I could be open, and that
Yeah, and
she
this
had
this
my back.
this nice way of showing you things that we don't like, but with this nice way. And so it like you naturally accept it and transmute it. That is something uh really powerful because
Yep.
it allows you to transmute it easily, you know? Because if you look at it, if you show something to someone and you can do whatever you want, but that person has a resistance, doesn't want to, ha! There's no way, you know?
Right.
But she's so nice at showing you this. I don't know. It's like, hello, I'm showing you. I don't know. I don't want to use bad words, but I like this is what I found. And you're like, because she does it in such a nice way, you're like, oh, okay. Right?
Yeah. 100%. Right. That I mean,
Uh-uh.
that's just that ease that she has, and the
Yeah.
just no no judgment, no, it's here it is, and like you say, in a way that's just, "Ah, here you go, it's okay."
Yeah. And I like her positive, like she's very positive. So and I love the fact that, yeah, something she told me once um that was gold to me in that particular moment. And it's not something she did with energy, but it was, that thing that I needed to hear from someone in that moment. And she said, "You're not alone. You're never alone." And actually, that's true. Sometimes we feel alone, but we're never alone. Um, and that's where our strength as humanity lies. That's where our strength as humanity is in that particular thing, in
Yep.
unity and in collaborating all together and in It's not in the individual, it's in what we can create together. And so I really appreciate she telling me that in that particular moment. Yeah. I don't know if I expressed it properly. I'm just
That was beautiful. How do you love Gabby?
Beyond infinite percent. Uh-huh. I love her. Yeah. She's a really good friend, and wow. Yeah. Amazing. She's an angel. She's an angel with superpowers.
Anything else that you want to talk about before we wrap it up? That was lovely. You're doing a great job. Did a great job.
Thank you. Okay. Anything else? No, I'm just full of gratitude for having the opportunity to having her in my life. So extremely grateful. I'm learning a lot also because, as I said, I work with something similar, and everything I do with her, it really helps me to improve also what I do. I think what she's doing is really complete. So I really like the way she works.
Nicely
Yep.
done. Thank you so much, Claudia. This was great.